Yo, what's going on, Dragon Ballers? Welcome back to another gameplay video. This time we have myself on the bottom playing a more updated mono green Frieza list. A little more updated than when I brought you guys about a month ago, because I think I did that when the cards were first spoiled. I think this list is actually a lot better. Some new cards you'll notice in my hand. On the top, we have Larry playing Dende with a lot of the new set 10 Frieza cards that work well with the free wishing that it does. So guys, as we get into the game, if you are new here, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell so you don't miss a video. Make sure to go check out the community tab to see the giveaway we're doing right now. And if you guys want to support the channel, there are many links in the description to do that. One of which, if you want to buy any of the cards you see in today's video, definitely check out the link to TCG Player. All that stuff helps out a lot, guys. So that being said, I've got my turn 1 Frieza Army Battle card. You really want that turn 1 play. That's why I don't like multicolor in Frieza, because especially if you go second, if you play multicolor, you don't have the ability to use your leader's effect on that first turn with that first attack, which is kind of unfortunate. Larry is doing a ton of cycling here. He's got the balls, he's got the personal ambition, so he's drawing a ton of cards. He's gonna go 1-star ball. I am going to think about discarding Dodoria and then discard the Hasty Dispatch Dispo rather. That's just free value. I mean, once I clear my own board with my leader effect, I can use it to bring the Zarbon right back, basically get some free value. It essentially becomes like I discarded nothing, which is really good. So watch how I order my turn here. I'm gonna do exactly that. We're gonna attack first before using the Frieza Xeno. We're gonna sacrifice his Zarbon, make Larry discard a card, and then from there, once he picks his discard, we will go into the Hasty Dispatch Dispo. Man, I gotta call it Dispo from now on. I can't say that whole thing over and over again. All right, so Larry's discarding a card, taking a life. We're gonna use Dispo. We're gonna play the Zarbon. Pretty solid. Once again, basically we discarded nothing at that point. We're going to use the Frieza Unison, discard Dodoria, get it into play. And that's the thing with this deck. Like I've said it many times, it doesn't do anything too flashy. It just kind of does the same thing over and over again and does it very efficiently in terms of managing its own resources and managing the opponent's hand. It's very strong. So Dende here, milling 2 cards. That Frieza is exactly what he wants to see getting milled. He wants that in his drop area to recycle it with the yellow wish. He's gonna go Dragon Ball, and Dragon Ball, drawing 3 cards. Now he's drawing a lot of cards, and I am a hand control deck, so that is a bit worrisome, but I do know that when he flips, he's not gonna be drawing as many cards. He'll draw 1 card per turn if he's not using a free wish type of effect, and he'll also be a 15k, which is actually relevant because as long as I'm attacking him with my unawakened leader, he's not getting life, so I can then crit it later on instead of giving it to him in his hand. That's how you want to kind of think about and play as like a hand control deck. But he is going to go into the Gogeta Unison here, so he will be a 15k leader, which is actually even better for me because once again, I don't really want to give him his life right away. I'd rather actually just pick at his hand and not let him recoup cards with his life. So here we are with the turn 3, charging the Meta Cooler. I really don't find myself playing Meta Cooler a lot of times. Like I only play 2 copies in the deck because I think it's more of a finisher than anything else. Frieza is really what I want all the time. Like you're gonna see in this gameplay how I just abuse the Frieza cycling, and like, you know, the different types of ways you can basically get all your resources back with Frieza discarding and then replaying things. So we're discarding the new Zarbon blocker from the tournament pack. We're playing it. We're discarding a Dodoria, which then comes into play because of its own effect. So basically, I was just talking about all that free value right there. It's kind of insane. So we're playing Zarbon here. Top 5. We'll add another Zarbon. We're going Unison into Unison. Might as well just get rid of a marker. There's no real reason not to. So he's taking a marker off there. And I think I'm pretty good on my turn here. So going back to Larry. Let's see what he has rolling. He should be able to awaken on this turn. I think he has 6 Dragon Balls in the drop at this point. So I think this is his awaken turn. And we'll see where he gets to go from here. Charging a personal ambition. Going to search his last ball or 2. He's gonna mill a parasitic ball, I think, or a dark dragon ball, whatever it's called. But that's basically the card that lets him go from Frieza into Frieza Xeno for free, which is actually kind of insane. So we'll see what Larry gets off of this. All right, so Larry's playing a Fearless Assault Krillin, wants to get some of his life while also critting me. This seems like a pretty good time to either use Dormant Potential Unleashed or use the blocker. I will elect to use the blocker here because I don't think he's really going to have too aggressive of a turn So I'll save the Dormant Potential Unleashed for later in the game. And still, he's going to be discarding a card because the Zarbon left the field, was KO'd. So that feels pretty good. Stop to crit and making him discard a card. Alright, Larry's tapping 2 here for a revival of the Emperor. So now I do have the Frieza counterplay in my hand. I'm waiting for window 2 because since my Frieza's counterplay is an auto, or sorry, since the effect that removes something is an auto, you basically want to wait till window 2 when you're using a wish, because it lets you see what he's decided to bring out. If you use it in window 1, he could theoretically bring out something he doesn't care about getting destroyed, which I guess in this deck, in the Dende deck, it doesn't matter as much, but in other matchups where they might be playing like World Peace or some other type of wish like that, that can be a lot more of a relevant timing to consider. So he's playing a super combo onto my field. Man, if you guys played this game back in the day, like set 1, set 2, you would know how bad this feels. But I think I'll be alright, and you'll see why in just a second. So he's going Unison into super combo. And the fact that I got rid of his Frieza helps a lot because that's one less attack I have to deal with this turn. I'm going to combo Dodoria to save the Zarbon. Nice thing is Zarbon is a 15k. He's not a, I believe the Android 18 is a 10k. A lot of people talk about playing Android 18 in Frieza because you are a hand control deck. That is all well and good. You can do that. I mean, this is a pretty niche scenario why Zarbon was slightly better, but I like Zarbon's searchability, so that's just me. I'm going to pay 1, add Dodoria back for my drops in my hand. Immediately going to play the Zarbon from the drop, then playing the Dodoria by discarding it. So again, we're just like building a ridiculous amount of value here. We're attacking, we're sacrificing Dodoria to make him discard yet another card. He will not get a life off of this because he is a 20k leader thanks to the Gogeta Unison. And now my plays from here, kind of, again, they're not flashy, but they kind of still continue to go off to the moon. So we are going to use Frieza, discard Zarbon, use Zarbon again, get Dodoria onto the field. My board is looking pretty wide. So we're using the Unison to get rid of the Krillin. And passing it back to Larry with 2 blockers, both of which should trigger to make him discard cards. So I think we're feeling pretty okay on the Frieza side here. We're going Unison into Leader. I'll take a life, go to 4. I'm not super threatened because I don't think he can really go super wide on the board per se. So I'll take this, go to 4 so I can awaken next turn. And then, you know, for something like this, for the 1-drop double striker, I have the blockers available. So yeah, we'll trigger the blocker here. He'll KO it, he'll discard a card. That should put him down to 5 in hand. Still leaving room for our Zarbon to trigger as well. Tapping 1 for Dragon Radar. That's pretty busted. Still a very busted card in Wish decks. I mean, I know Wish decks haven't been super popular as of late, but man, when Wish decks are good, they're just like super broken because of this kind of thing. They have a lot of recyclability. They have the ability to play things with 0 energy, and we kind of all know how that just went, where, you know, all the E3 stuff basically got banned because of that exact reason. Can be very, very powerful. So we are going to window 2 counterplay. We'll show him the hand. Probably going to play this super combo. Makes the most sense. If you play the 1-drop Zarbon, I get to search, so that doesn't really make sense for him to do. But luckily, I have the Frieza counterplay to pop the Frieza, and then the Zarbon to protect my super combo and make him discard another card in the process, so that feels pretty good. Alright, so he's going to go free cast the next revival of the Emperor here. Probably going for another Clan of Terror, although he does know that I only have 1 battle card in my hand, and if I play it to the board, I get to search off of it. So he's probably actually not going for the Clan of Terror. He's probably going for another one in his dropped area. We'll see what he elects to grab. He's going to go for this new Frieza Cosmic Horror, which is a dual attacker. When it gets played, he can either remove a marker from a Unison or KO a battle card. So he is going to remove the blocker here. He still does have to pitch off of that, but at least he gets rid of the blocker now, so he has kind of a more free shot towards my Unison. I am going to Dormant Potential here. The Frieza Xeno in my hand doesn't do a whole lot. He has 3 more attacks, so I'm basically limiting him to 1 now. Well, he had 2 more attacks, I'm limiting him to 1. And that last freeze attack was at my life, so I did take a life off of that. Now it looks like he's probably going Piccolo into Super Combo. I will save it with the 5k because Super Combo is worth way more than just a dinky 5k on my board. Drawing into a Rebrand feels pretty good at this point because my hand's low, but Larry's hand's also getting quite low. And we do want some type of passive play to use before we awaken here. So we're going to pitch Rebrand off the Unison. We're going to use Rebrand. Make Larry discard 2 cards. Sets me up nicely for my Awaken. Untap 1, draw 1. We'll sacrifice a 1-drop Zarbon, pitching a ball out of his hand. We're going a Unison with crit, thanks to my leader effect. So that's going to be a 25 crit at a 20 because his leader is buffed by the Gogeta Unison. And now we're going leader into his Unison. No real reason to attack the leader because it's going to bounce right off unless I combo into it. I don't quite want to combo into attacks yet. 4 life is still a little bit much for him to recoup off of. So we're going to play a Zarbon by ditching a Dodoria, the same old stuff. Still, it's very powerful. This is the kind of thing with this deck. If you want to play a deck that is consistent and powerful, but maybe not the most... I don't know, I kind of find it fun, but I know it's not like super flashy. It doesn't do a whole ton of different cool things, but that's kind of the way the deck is if you want to play a strategy like that. But I like it. I think it's fun. I think Mono Green Frieza is pretty fun. I do also think Larry's deck is pretty cool as well. And I do have another gameplay video with his deck showcasing more of what the Frieza engine can do. So he's going into a 1-drop Double Striker here. I'm going to be counterplaying that, but I'm not going to choose that as my KO target. I'm going to choose the 4-drop Frieza. That basically gets rid of 2 attacks, as well as his ability to cycle into his different Friezas and Frieza Xenos. So we're using Dormant Potential Unleashed. There's absolutely no reason not to. It gets rid of the 1-drop attacker. He has 1 more attack for the turn. I'm at 3 life, so he realistically cannot kill me here. He's going to cast one of the Frieza Xenos for 4. That does give him the tap out effect of gaining 5k during my next turn. But I think the hand deficit, compared to my field at least, is a little bit too big for Larry to come back from this time. We're going Piccolo Swing into leader here. And I'm thinking about using the Cell's Kamehameha, but I know he can't kill me this turn. So I figure I'll just save it for combo power going back into my turn. That seems to make the most sense. Going back into my turn here, I think I can secure the game without actually kind of letting him interact, which we'll see how I can get that accomplished. We're going to use a leader effect, get rid of the last card in his hand. We're going at 15k Unison at his life. I combo the super combo because I know he has the 5k on the board. He can technically combo out of that, but if I use a super combo, I basically ensure that he cannot combo out of it. We're going to add Dodoria back to the hand. We're going to use the Unison +1 to play Dodoria and draw a card. We're going 15k in at leader. We'll combo 5 to make him take it. I guess he didn't have to take it, but he's going to choose to not combo the 5k there, which I can't blame him. I have too many attackers for him to really do much. So we're going with the 1-drop in. We will get rid of the last card in his hand. And that's pretty much going to wrap up the game there. So guys, I do have another gameplay video with Larry's Dende deck that actually showcases a bit more what the Frieza engine can do. I want to show you guys a little bit more of what the Mono Green Frieza deck could do in this gameplay. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time.